Hi, my name is Michaela and welcome to my YouTube channel. I have not got a name for it as of this time of recording, but I'm sure by the time I post this, I will have come up with something, even if it's something simple. So today I am joining Booktube. This is my first Booktube video. I'm gonna join this newbie tag, and yeah, I've watched so many videos of people joining this community, and I've always loved reading books. I've always loved discussing books and just doing it in kind of more of a solo mode. It's only recently that I've joined a few book clubs on Discord and actually entered into the Book Talk, Booktube, Bookstagram kind of sphere. I don't know where I was before, as far as just being oblivious to the fact that this was all going on, but I'm glad I found it now and I'm happy to join the community. So with that said, I am going to go through the list of questions that I've been seeing people do, and I'm going to start with the first one. Why did I want to start the channel? I've always really enjoyed reading books since I was very young, and this seemed like a great opportunity to be able to add to the space, to share a bit of my creativity and the way that I see books, also to just be part of the community and make reading a more social activity. But I'm the type of person that if I'm reading a good book, everyone around me knows that I'm reading a good book because I'm quoting it. I'm trying to encourage people to read it as well. And I feel like this is a great outlet for me to do that on a more broad scale and not annoy my friends and people around me. Actually, I don't think they're annoyed. I think they find value in the things that I share with them. But it would be really interesting to post some videos and see if anyone out there kind of resonates with my thoughts and ideas and my reflections on the things that I read. So that's why I wanted to start the channel. The next question is, what can you bring to Booktube? And really just myself. I've really been working with myself to be more authentic in my everyday expression, in my way of being. Yeah, I just think that I can just bring me. I'm not going to proclaim to do anything any better than anyone else or any different. Maybe I'll do the same thing as everyone else, or maybe I'll do something a bit different. I haven't really thought forward that far. I just want to just begin. This is one of my recent teachings, is just to take action, begin, and learn as you go. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and don't have to have a set plan, just to begin. And so this is me just beginning, and I can bring my unique expression, whatever that may be, and however that develops over time. The next question is, what are you most excited about? I am excited to talk to people who like the same books as me. I know that my taste in books kind of goes across a broad range of things, and it would be very interesting to kind of connect with other people who find some of the odd book, no books are odd, but just the kind of non-niche books that I like to read. It would be cool to see if other people are out there reading them, and then to discuss these books with other people who it resonated with. So that's what I'm most excited about, the community aspect, and also being able to document my journey into this era of doing that I'm trying to implement into my life. So that's what I'm most excited about. The next question is, why did you start reading and why do you love reading? I don't know why there's two in one, but I'll answer two in one. So for the part that says, when did you start reading? I've been reading for as long as I can remember. If you listen to my parents tell it, I've been reading since I was around maybe, I don't know, almost 3 years old. I actually do have a photo, and if I can find it, I'll share it here, of me reading the nativity story at nursery while the other children were acting it out. I'm the only one in the photo, but that's the story that I've been told about that. And yeah, it's not necessarily a memory, but yeah, I've been reading for as long as I can remember. And why do I love reading? I love reading because it allows me to walk in the shoes of many different people and to learn things. I really am a sponge for all sorts of knowledge, and I like making connections between things that may not have kind of a natural connection. And reading allows me to do that in such a special way, getting inside the head of characters and trying to solve mysteries. And yeah, it's just it's always an adventure. There's always something to learn and something to really reflect on. It helps me get to know myself even more because I can look at a character or look at a circumstance and say, oh, what would I do in that case? Or, I'm like that, or I'm definitely not like that. So it's helped me over the years for my whole life to understand who I am and what I resonate with and what I don't resonate with. And yeah, I think it's made me a lot more empathic and, adventurous in a way, inside anyway. I am adventurous out on the outside as well. I'm sure I'll be sharing some stories and some little anecdotes about myself along the way. But yeah, and then obviously everyone probably says this answer too, but it's just a nice way to sometimes escape the mundane. I love to dream and I love to read. Those are like two of my top 3 favorite things to do. Because you get to, just explore a new and different alternative reality. So, yeah, that's my reasons. A bit long-winded, but the next question is, what book or series got you into reading? I don't really remember what got me into reading because, like I said, I've always been into reading. But some of my earliest memories were in primary school or elementary school. I grew up in America, but I was born in England, so sometimes I use words interchangeably, and sometimes my accent goes all over the place. So just to put that out there. But I remember reading a lot of mystery books. So Encyclopedia Brown, Choose Your Own Adventure books, Nancy Drew, the Enid Blyton books, my mom's Enid Blyton books, which were the Fab Five, or I can't remember now, but it was like 5 children doing mysteries and stuff. Babysitter's Club, Sweet Valley High, Animorphs. I read all the Junie B. Jones books. Wayside School is Upside Down. I really like Jerry Spinelli as well. I'm trying to remember some titles of the Jerry Spinelli books. I can't remember any right off the top of my head, but I just remember his name, and like I used to go after his books as soon as I saw one in the library. But yeah, I read so many different types of books. And Roald Dahl, obviously Roald Dahl. Growing up, he would have been who I said is my absolute favorite author. So The Twits and George's Marvelous Medicine, Matilda, James and the Giant Peach. Roald Dahl was a big favorite of mine as well. So yeah, all these kinds of books are the ones that really tickled my fancy and got really or kept me into reading, I should say. And then as I was older, Harry Potter and a lot of fantasy books as well. As we go, I will be kind of talking a bit about some of my old favorites and rereading some of those from a grown-up perspective now. I think that's one of the ideas I had for a type of video that I want to do. So yeah, those will come out slowly as we go. The next question is, what challenges do you think having this channel will create? I don't really want to dwell on any challenges that I may come across. I want to focus on just doing and being. I'm literally drawing a blank because my body and my mind are like, don't think of challenges. Let's just stay positive. So yeah, I'm just going to honor that. And I'm not going to say any challenges. I'm just going to take everything as it comes. Anything that goes awry, I'll just use it as a lesson. And the things that go right, I will celebrate and appreciate. And yeah, keep moving forward. The next question is, where do you read? I don't really know what this one means. Does it mean location-wise or like do I read books or Kindle books or whatever? And so I'll answer both. I read any and everywhere. I love to read at home while I'm traveling. I live in London, so public transportation is a great way to be able to read while I'm waiting or while I'm on the bus or train or whatever. I like to read in my garden. I like to listen to audiobooks while I'm cleaning the house. I have an iPad with the Kindle app, so I like to read on the go when I'm traveling, like abroad on airplanes. So yeah, I read any and everywhere on all mediums. There's no real kind of restrictions as to where and when I read. I remember the first time I read a book on my like iPhone 5, it was The Hunger Games. And at first I was like, I don't know if I can read a book on a phone. 7 hours later, after reading or after starting Catching Fire, I was like, I forgot I was reading on a phone. I mean, it didn't take me 7 hours. It probably took me 10 minutes to forget I was reading on the phone. But 7 hours later, I was finished with the book. And I was like, wow, I guess I can read on a phone. So yeah, no barriers for me. I like to read on anything. But I do love physical books, as you can see. I do have quite a few books. So yeah, if I had to choose a preferred way to read, it would be snuggled up on my sofa when it's raining outside, reading a physical book, and that would be my preferred way. But yeah. The next question is, what kind of books do you like? I've already discussed a few in the video so far, but I would say if I had to choose my top 3 genres right now in this moment, it would be spirituality, kind of occult, esoteric, sort of even religious books. I like learning about that spiritual world. And then mysteries, and not just like crime thrillers and things like that, or obvious detective stories. Like I consider Harry Potter a mystery. I consider like a series of unfortunate events mystery. So just Encyclopedia Brown, like I've mentioned it already before, but like that's one of my favorites. Sherlock Holmes, Father Brown by G.K. Chesterton. Mysteries, love mysteries. And then the third genre I would say is self-help, because that always helps me really center my mindset on certain concepts and understandings about myself and how to perceive the world and the things that are going on the outside, but also on the inside. And yeah, I really love self-help books as well. Some of my favorite authors would be like Don Miguel Ruiz, and Andy Andrews. He's probably one of my top favorites as well. And the last question I've got on this list is, what book changed your life? There are probably dozens and dozens of books that have changed my life, honestly. I see books as mentors at times, as friends. There's so many books that have had a huge impact on my life. And I would say if I had to choose 3 books that have changed my life, if I had to choose just 3, I would say The Noticer by Andy Andrews. And I'll talk more about that in a future video, because these all deserve their own videos. Also The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I would say the third one, probably Conversations with God, because growing up as a Christian, reading that book completely shifted my perspective on what God sounds like, that God can have a sense of humor. And it's not a super spiritual or religious book either. At least it's actually not religious, which sounds kind of strange because it's in the title, Conversations with God. But it kind of breaks that kind of stronghold of like religious dogma. So yeah, like I said, I can talk about more about those books in a future video, but those are 3 books that radically changed my perspective on life and really helped me in the way I see the world and how I see myself. And yeah, faith is a very important part of my life. So those are all the questions that I saw in one of the Newbie Tag videos that I watched, and I hope that some of my answers resonated with you guys. I will be making another video in quick succession because my goal is to knock out 10 videos as soon as possible, just to get my momentum going. For anyone else who is new to Booktube and who would like to connect, please leave a comment below, and yeah, let's connect. If you have any book recommendations for me based on the books that I've mentioned in this video, throw those down there as well. I'll be happy to kind of get some recommendations. Not that my TBR needs to be any longer, but I appreciate any and all feedback and recommendations. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.